Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, everybody. Or good afternoon, good evening. Whatever one applies to you. How are we all doing on this fine Sunday? Over here, it's pretty warm. Our AC has already kicked on for the morning. It's only 10:30. And look at me, I'm mostly on time. Who knew? So obviously, I got myself home. Oh, sorry, need to stop moving my mouse. And we have a path back to the stronghold so that we can go back there for whatever, which is exactly what we're gonna do today. Because I want some wings. So we're gonna try and get some. I think I have everything we need. But we'll go through our stuff and make sure and then head out. I hope everyone has had a good weekend. A productive one if it needed to be productive. A non-productive one if it didn't. We did a little bit of both. I have rediscovered my fixation. Probably the best way to put it. For for Plate Up, and so I was playing that quite a bit. Maybe eventually we'll do it on stream. We aren't going to do it anytime soon because currently I get to like day 3 and then that's the end of it. So it would be lots and lots of watching me restart, which is just no fun for anybody. So we're not, I mean, I guess it's fun for me, but it wouldn't be fun for you all to watch. So we're not gonna. Not yet, anyway. Okay. So I think we have, let's see, we have arrows. We don't really need another bed. I don't know why exactly I have one in my pockets. I do have, I wanted to do this because I'm kind of excited too. So I want to do it with you all. We can make an ender chest. I've never had one. Never, ever. So if I don't know where to put it in here now. Over here, it's probably the best spot. And then I can put stuff in it. And if I put one over there, it's still there. That's so cool. But I probably need to use the correct thing to break it, don't I? Because that didn't work. And we don't have a second eye. Well, poop. Okay. We can make more eyes. We have under pearls. And blaze powder. There it is. Couldn't even see what I was looking for. I don't want to make too many because I know we need ender pearls for the thing and the stuff to get my brain has just fully oozed out of my ears to get into the actual thing. Okay, so I have to make sure that I use the Silk Touch, which makes total sense. I'm just slow or something this morning. Maybe always, but we're going to say that it's just this morning that I'm kind of not functioning as fast as usual. Okay. So, let's put, actually, we're going to need to put those on. We'll put the bed in here. We don't need any rockets yet. I made rockets because that's, from what I understand, what we need to do a majority of the flying. Having never done it myself. This is going to be a first for us, guys. Keep all of this stuff handy. What else can I throw in here? I can probably throw these in here. I don't think we'll need those anywhere. I could be wrong. Anything is entirely possible. And I finally flattened all of this out. I did that this morning. Because I was tired of the way it was behaving. So I fixed it. Oh, I guess we could actually, like, run. Okay, now I have to remember where I'm going. Pretty sure it's this way. Ooh, how about we don't fall off the corner? Bye, Mr. Gast. No, but we have a whole bunch of them. This is not gonna go well, everybody. Yep, not going well. Oh well. Such is life. Hi, kitty. I love this cat just staring out the window. Oop, and then I look away for a second and I'm walking into a wall. Alright. Let's hope that there aren't a buttload of boars this time. Maybe we be prepared. Yep, we're just not even going to worry about the gas. Bye, Mr. Gast. And no boars. Right, to jungle. I think it was over here somewhere. Oh, crap. We forgot to put on our gold feet. So I think, oh, but we're gonna deal with these guys first. Yep, come at me and then run away. Hey. It's down here. We're gonna have to make a much better way for us to know where we're going. Which is part of why I made sure to bring a whole bunch of blocks, because we're also gonna need them once we're in the end to begin with. This sign is really way too low. Oh. There we go. Maybe it should say, like... Sort of looks like a down arrow. Let's put a sign here too. Alright. I always want these things to work exactly like... There we go. And we're gonna make this make a little bit more sense too, I think. But one thing at a time. As long as we can follow our trail, we should be okay. We'll stick a couple of blocks in just to make it easier. I also don't like how narrow this is. Because if anyone is going to fall off of it into fiery pits of death, it's going to be me. And let's get a sign on this side, because like a goof, we put it on the other side. That is not the sign. There we go. Get some of this stuff out of here. We don't want you. Now I'm going to end up picking it back up when I go through the portal. Let's try going through this side, see if I don't pick it up. Okay, boop boopy doopy doo. There we go. It's this way, not the other way. And we'll do this. That way we don't have to run all the way back when we inevitably die. Because that is definitely a thing that we do. A lot. Get that lava out of here. And up we go. I should be able to see it. Oh, there it is in front of me. Like a weirdo, I'm not looking at... Shouldn't say it like that. I'm not paying attention to where the directions are. I probably need to put some kind of marker because I'm pretty sure I'll just get turned around every single time. Get that block out of the way. We don't need it. At least I don't think we need it. We better not need it. I was gonna start working on things like, not you, you. A mob farm and an ender farm and stuff, but I don't think that's super interesting for all of you to watch. I mean, maybe. I could be wrong. If y'all are interested in watching it, I will happily hold off and stream it. So I guess let me know. But that wasn't really what I was thinking. Right, how do we mark this as where we're going? Okay. Which way should we go? Is there a direction that is more useful than others in finding end cities? How about we be smart people and let's write down coordinates, you know, like we always do. Okay, coordinates are written down. I'm writing in a very funny, like neon orange color today, and for some reason, I use this color all the time, but for some reason I'm having a harder time seeing it, so I might have to switch. So let's go, I don't know, let's just head directly south. And we're not gonna run because I will totally like run off the side of the thing. Okay, which way do we want to go? Do we want to go towards that one, go over there? No, that's not showing me anything better. Nor is that. I'm sure that's not the right button. Anyway, we will put it back to that. Ba-da-bum. There it is. Still not. I guess let's carefully look around now that we've adjusted the render distance and see if there's anything to see. Looks like there's just a whole bunch of nothing over this way. Alright, well, I'm not seeing anything that's really screaming at me. But I think I've changed my mind about which direction we want to go. I think I want to go this way. And I think we're going to use those. I honestly think that it's probably makes little difference. But I'm kind of hoping that I'll be able to see them better. Whoop, as I throw one off the side. Okay, and this way we go. Making sure that I do not fall off. We are keeping our finger on the crouch button. Alright, I'm not the chattiest at the moment. Not falling into the abyss is, yeah, kind of important. Okay, so I guess we just head that way and see what else we find. I'm not really sure what else to do. I guess we could look it up, couldn't we? Okay, I'm not really sure what I looked up is very useful, but, you know, we'll just keep going. And sorry for the overhead noise. That would be my AC kicking on. Okay, so it did suggest doing that. And we are heading north, which is just good to keep in mind. We're gonna go in a straight line. Try to minimize the amount of blocks we have to use for everything. But I'm sure we probably don't really have enough blocks, which is also a thing. And I will look into figuring out how to minimize the sound of the AC when it goes off. Unfortunately, the AC unit is right near this room on the roof, so I cannot fully escape it, but hopefully I can minimize the sound for you all. It hasn't been starting to go off this early in the day, so I hadn't actually thought it would necessarily yet. But obviously, I was wrong. Now, has anyone been reading any good books lately? I just started a book, but it's not... Well, crap. Okay, we kind of knew that that was probably going to happen. I was just hoping to be wrong. Oh, we should change our boots. Alright, well, I guess back in and figuring out where we were so that we can do some more exploring. And hopefully find some wingies, because that's the whole plan. It's finding some wings. Because I would like wings. Will make getting around so much easier. Oh, that's that random soul sand or soul dirt or whatever block. I know I could use the pearl from down there, but yeah, this was a much smarter way to go. In the sense that it's easier for me to figure out where I'm going. Although the narrow paths always make me so nervous, but we have only a limited amount of blocks, so narrow paths it is. We're not gonna use any, I shouldn't say we're not gonna use any extraneous blocks. We totally are, but trying to minimize the amount of extraneous blocks. I want to try to kind of keep going straight north. Mostly just so I can keep track of where I am versus where I need to be when we want to leave. And let's try not to piss off any Endermen again. That would be really useful. And since I'm sure that at least a few of you have more experience with end cities than I do, if you see anything that looks like a good possibility, or if you see one, please shout at me so that way I can, not just keep running around like a total buffoon the whole time. Big crater. Do we want to go across this way or over there? I'm kind of thinking over there. Although over this way would require less block usage. Let's actually change tack and do that. So, anyway, back to books. I just started a book, but it's not really, I don't know, I'm gonna keep working on it. It's based on a fantasy series that I loved when I was younger, and I don't know why, like so many of those, this one is not written by the original authors, all of that good stuff, so it's just, I don't know, it's not doing it for me. And so I'm thinking I need to maybe find something else, especially because we are going on vacation in a couple of weeks, and one of the things we plan for our vacations is like a day or two or three of nothing. Just not doing anything. I guess we're gonna go this way. Just hang around we usually do Airbnb or a hotel with like a built-in, mini kitchen or whatever. That way we can, make our own breakfast. Usually do simple stuff for lunches like sandwiches or snacks or whatever. But then also we can make dinner and not spend a ton of money going out every night. Like, we'll go out. We'll go out a few times, but not the whole vacation. And then we come up with Like a couple of things we want to do, like where we're going. We want to go to the zoo, probably, or to an art museum or something like that. And then we'll have some other things that we want to do. But we try to keep our vacations fairly simple whenever we can. Like last year we went to Disneyland, and that's obviously like long days in the park, wanting to get in there early. We never got in there as early as we wanted to. You know, wanting to see the things and do all the stuff, and then trying to book your nothing days in between. And we really ended up with not enough nothing days. Like, we had one day where we did a Paramount Studios tour, which I highly recommend. You know, it's not like going on a ride or anything else. It's literally you and some other people in a golf cart going around the actual, like, studio. And seeing where they, you know, the different sound stages and how they do some of the sets and what some of the like permanent city scenes and stuff like that are. So it was really neat. However, the downside to all of that is that because we were staying closer to Disneyland than we were to Hollywood, it was about an hour each way, and so we spent, you know, that became a day. Instead of it being a day where we didn't do a whole lot, it became a whole day of us, you know, going there and traveling back. We made the mistake of picking kind of the beginning of rush hour to get back, and so, and it should have been early enough. Like, we were done at like 3, so it absolutely should have been early enough. But you know, you take your time in the gift shop when you're done, and you take your time in the other things, and then suddenly you're at the beginning of rush hour. But it is what it is. And like I said, I highly recommend doing it. It was really interesting. Yeah, just getting to see like actual sets, actual props, and a couple of their like museum prop rooms that are designed literally for their tour people to come see them. And and actually look around, they were, and of course any of the stages where people were filming we weren't allowed to see or go in, but some of them had their doors open, so you could kind of see a little bit. We saw some extras walking down the street from a show that my kiddo just obsessively follows. I think she's watched through the whole thing like 3 or 4 times and is breathlessly waiting for this current season to end, which it probably just ended because she wants to be able to binge watch the entire thing at once. Yeah, all that good stuff. So we yeah, I thought it was really neat. I did it again. Well, at least we survived this one. And they gave me ender pearls. So, yeah, since we did like the big, expensive, etc. vacation last year. This year is, we're not going as far. We're just gonna go somewhere kind of close and that we haven't been to or haven't really spent any like significant time in a while. And do not as much. And yeah, I am super looking forward to it. I am going to miss all of you while I'm on vacation. However, it is also I'm going to be thinking about you. It is also a chance for me to work on some stream stuff. So I will have my computer with me and I will be working on things. We're just not going to be streaming. At least probably not. I don't know why. I mean, never say never, but that is not my plan. My plan is to, you know, relax, have fun with the fam, do all of those things, and during some downtime work on some stream stuff, getting some things set up, getting some things tweaked, you know, all that stuff. So yeah, I'm feeling, to go way back to my initial thing of books, I'm feeling like I want to find a different book to take with me so that I can truly spend, you know, part of an afternoon just sitting and relaxing and reading a book. Preferably one that's like on Kindle, because I'll be taking my tablet with the Kindle app and stuff on it with me, and that way it's one less thing, you know. Not that most books, depending on the book, take up a ton of space or weigh a ton or anything like that. It's still, you know, I'd rather, you know, one less thing is always beneficial. Yeah, we are going to end up needing to go get more blocks. For sure, for sure. We'll see if we can get over there. Maybe we'll get lucky and find an end city, and then it won't be an issue. You know what I think I see in the distance? It looks like an end city to me. What do you all think? I think we might have found one. I also am not convinced that we actually have enough blocks to get over there. But maybe if I get close enough, I can use a pearl to teleport over there. Maybe? I don't know. I don't trust myself trying to do that. No, but it looks like it might not have... What is it? You need an end city that has a ship on it, right? Well, we'll go harvest some blocks and go get at least over there, and then we'll figure it out. And I believe it needs the shovel. Nope. I don't know, my head was like, it's like dirt blocks, shovel, right? Even though we did this not all that long ago. So we'll get these, we'll head over there, see what we can find. If nothing else, we'll end up with like some end rods and maybe shulkers or something. That would be also handy. But I really want my wingies. Elytra would be super helpful, and they're just really fun looking. Now, in relation to books, has anybody ever run into this? There's a book series that I was reading on Kindle. I found them all, and because Google and Amazon are weird, when you finish the book, it says next one in the series is this, and I can get a sample, but I can't buy it through Kindle. I have to go onto my computer and get it. But now, when I go looking for it on Amazon, the only ones available for Kindle are like the first 3, and I'm own like the first 10 or maybe 9, I don't know, of the series. And so I can't even get the next one for Kindle. I thought it was really strange. And it's not even showing the other ones that I do own as being available anymore. So I don't know if like licensing changed or what. But I think it's really weird, and it's kind of annoying because since I have most of them on Kindle, I'd like to just have them all there and not have paperbacks here and Kindle over there and then Google Books or whatever it is. So, I don't know. Maybe it's just that series. Maybe there's some other issue. Maybe I was the only one that was reading it. Heck if I know. I mean, I doubt that. But, what do I know? I guess I could look at the library and see if maybe the library has them. Because I do have... I can borrow books from the library for Kindle, so maybe they might have it. I'd still like to actually have it, but Silly Enderman being in the way. Okay, well, I think we hopefully have enough blocks. I guess we're about to find out. Well, I guess I should wait till I'm a little bit closer to the end. I think I want to go that direction. And this we are going to double up a little bit because I just don't really want to fall into the abyss going either direction. Let's see, right here, we put our one remaining stone block and a torch. Or two. And we'll stick a couple of torches along the way. There is a ship on it. Awesome. So maybe, if we can get there, we'll be able to do this thing. Okay, let's not fall off the edge. Let's do none of the edge falling things that we're really good at doing. And there's seriously another portal over here. If we take that portal, is that going to drop us in a different spot? Or is it going to drop us in the same spot? Ah, wrong buttons again. Should just be my nickname, Wrong Button Ed. Okay, in theory, we won't fall into the pit. We're not going to take this portal right now. Is the purple thing just to tell us that, like, it's active? I don't know. But let's get to the city and see what we can find out. See what we can discover. This is so cool, guys. We found it. Of course, now we have to get there. But still. This is so cool. I've never done this, y'all. I've already taken like 400 screenshots. So I'm sure weeding out which one to use for the YouTube VOD and everything will be interesting. Okay, except that it looks like we need to build another way across. Since we're out of bricks and other stuff, stone for indicators. Usually Minecraft's music seems to have no, like, rhyme or reason and doesn't ever seem to fit with, like, what you're doing at the time or anything else. But at the moment, I don't know, it's kind of fitting. Sort of discovery, cool, whatever. Seems kind of fitting. Does anyone have any plans for the summer? I mean, I told you that we're going on vacation in a couple of weeks. That's basically our plan for the summer. Kiddo, unfortunately, does have to do summer school. But it is going to be a shortened... You know, it's not the whole summer. It's like 4 weeks or something like that. And we knew this class was going to be a struggle. And even with us helping her study and everything else, yeah, it's just not her jam, and we can't sit in there with her for the tests. And her instructor or her teacher does allow things like, you know, info sheets, cheat sheets, that sort of thing. But there's only so much information you can actually put up there. Oh yeah, just shoot at each other. That would be useful. Yeah. Well, I guess that's one way to do it. Well, we'll get an end rod. Nope, I'm still floating. And still floating. Nope. Damn it. Nope. Let's go where we can get stuck on something again. There we go. And we'll go get stuck on more stuff. At least I don't float out into the ether. What does this say? Levitation. I don't know why it would say anything else, but you know. Can I have my arrow back? Thank you. And we have an end rod. We have some shulker shells. That means we can make shulker blah 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 blah. Bleh. Words. Shulker boxes, right? Ah, that's awesome. Yep. I'm pushing all the wrong buttons at all the wrong times. If we ever do merch, we are definitely doing an all the wrong buttons merch. Oh, it's more per stuff. Okay. Ah. Oh my goodness. Smarter than... Obviously not. There. Alrighty then. Oh, he's coming from up there now. Rude. They're all shooting from everywhere. Let's see if I can actually... but then I'm floating again. Well, we're gonna try and use the floating to our advantage. Okay, and where is the next one shooting at me from? We're just gonna have to call this segment I float through the air or something. You know. I learned to levitate. There we go, that's better. Mm. Shot at myself. That was not useful. Mm. But then there's that. Floated me right to you. Okie dokie. Are we going up more? I guess we could go up more. Oh, it's probably coming from like way down there. I'm trying to be somewhere where once my stuff does that, it wouldn't take us out completely, even though it did. Oh, and we only got a couple of shulker shells. Well, that's better than none. We'll take it. So, it's kind of a trek back. Let's take a look at, we've got 34 arrows. I don't think we left anything in these. I don't know why we would have. But since we're back here, we might as well go back to our house and grab some more things. More arrows for one. Take a look at our stuff. Get a little organized, all of that, and then head back. Fortunately, it is not too far of a nether trek from one portal to the other. So there is at least that. And then we do have to see where that other portal in the end drops us. Yeah, was it going to drop us in the same spot? Is it going to drop us somewhere new? We'll have to also check that out because I want to find out. At least my aim is getting better. It's still not great, but it's better. I remember when I couldn't hit the broadside of anything. It was only a few months ago. Oh good, I still have bees. I was beginning to think that they had gone away again. Where... do. For some reason, I think it should go there. We've collected purpur before. Where did we put it? Oh, chorus fruit. It doesn't call it purpur. But I'm calling it purpur. Right, how do we make shulker boxes? Can we make one yet? Wow, we don't need to be in caps, do we? Also helps if you can spell. Okay. So we just need regular checks. Yep. Regular chests and then the shulker shells, of which we have 3, so we can make 1 box. But then I can make it different colors. For now, we're not going to worry about that. We are, however, as long as I don't do anything dumb, we are, however, going to do that. And put them in there. And put you in there too. Grab more arrows. Those can also go in there. We'll put the shell in there. Put the end rod in there too. There we go. Now it's all in one spot, and hopefully hopefully I won't lose anything, is really where we need to go with that. Considering we're new to the shulker box thing, we're new to the ender chest thing. I've already destroyed one, and that kind of sucked, so hopefully we don't do it again. That is the goal, anyway. Alright, I don't need to keep all these other chests in there. I just stuck it all loose in my ender chest. It probably should actually go in the shulker box. But we can grab way more deep slate. And do that. I love it. The amount of disorganized mess we can have this way will be great. Or something. Probably more like an or something, but at the moment, it'll be great. I can't wait. Let's get this stuff out of here too, since we're here. More netherrack than we know what to do with. Alright, do we need more food? Probably not, to be completely honest. But maybe we do that. What do we think? That way we do have a little bit more food, but it's not taking up tons of space in our pockets. With the space flattened out, it looks, I don't know, more boring. But I think once we get some expansions going, do some more crafting, or do some more building, crafting, building, I guess it falls under the same thing. It'll be better. No, and there's no guests over here. Did anyone watch the MCC stuff this morning? They did a little preview of the new Happy Gast, and it was like the most anticlimactic preview ever. It was like, I don't know, it was like a 5-10 second clip of people riding around on Happy Gasts. and like it looked cool, but there was no like release information or anything else, and it was literally like a 5-10 second clip. We're gonna end up with more pigmen in our stronghold. That's okay. There's bigger problems, right? So here we go. Hopefully we can figure out where we went and where we need to be and all of that stuff. Hopefully some of our shulker, I cannot say that word today. Shulker shells have not despawned, although it's highly likely. I didn't even think about that when we were futzing around in our base. That would be a thing for me to think about. Gotta put the ender pearls where we can reach them. Sorry about that, folks. Alright, there's our path. And there's one already pissed off at me. And he didn't even give me any ender pearls for that. Jeez. Rude. I really do prefer the sort of brick, stone, whatever this is to just like the regular deep slate and stuff. However, we have plenty of regular deep slate and I can't turn it into deep slate bricks, so we might as well use it. Okay, from here, which way do we go? Because I don't know. I think this way? I think we're gonna have to do something to designate, because otherwise we'll never find it. Oh, it's over here. I think we seriously went in like a big old circle. I kind of think we totally did. Nope. And here's another one. At least this one gave me ender pearls. Well, we've got some torches down, so hopefully we'll be able to find our way this time. Or are we back at our original spot? I think we are. We are back at the original spot. Okay. Well, we still have torches down. It'll still help us. Ooh, almost fell off the edge there. Let's not fall off the edge. I mean, it would be just like me to do that, but let's not actually do it. I'm curious. Can we just go this way? That would be, no. And we already have a perfectly good walkway stuff built. We're not building new ones just because another way might be quicker or something. I mean, eventually maybe, but not right now. And see, yeah, that's why I'm confused. There's that one over there. I just... Oh, come on. Die. Okay, that's where we just came from. So where are we going? Okay, and that's where we just came from. Really? I didn't mean to look at you. I was looking farther, much beyond you. And another one. Hey, well, on that note, before we head back in, let's take a quick break so that I can grab some more water and use the restroom. Everybody grab some snacks, grab some drinks, do some stretching, do the things, and I'll be back in just a few minutes. I will turn myself to face this way so at least you can look at me while I'm gone, and I'll be back in just a couple of minutes. Alrighty. I hope everybody is also back with their water, their snacks. Hope you got all the things. All my stuff got bumped by me trying to adjust my fan while I was... Anyway. Let's try to find our way back. Again. We're gonna end up wishing that we had brought more torches, I bet. At least because we had to kill some Endermen, we have more Ender Pearls? I guess at least there's that. I also do sort of have this sneaking suspicion that we've gone around in like a giant circle. But until we get more familiar with where we are and where we're going and what we're doing, we're just gonna have to go with it. As we go this way. And then this way. And then we go this way according to the torches. And then our other path is over there. Okay, so when we got off of this one, we kind of got turned around. I think that was our problem. Go this way. Okay, we had to have gone around. So like here. You know, we could fill in this hole. Wouldn't be the worst thought we've ever had. Is it over that way still? Or have I lost it completely? Nope, and there went our AC again. Okay, it is over here. You just can't flip and see it half the time. Oh, and now we can see the end city again. Oh, wrong button. Alright, so there's our end city. Again, let's get another torch or two down. And another portal. I don't know why I really want to just block this off, but I do. So we are. Much better. I don't know why we need a torch there, but we're putting one there anyway, because we can see the end city. Okay. So we've got 35 arrows. That's full of deep slate. Let's get that stuff out of here. And actually, we're going to leave the mending boots in here. Okay. I have the right axe, right? No, I'd have to put the box down. Durr. You ever have those sneezes that you know are coming? And then you get all prepared for it and it doesn't want to actually happen? Yep, that was totally me just now. But I didn't want to take the chance of sneezing in your ears. Nobody really wants to deal with that. Alright. There should still be at least one or two shulkers, like, right in front of us. Helps if I can actually see it. Collect my arrow, collect my shulker, thank you. I hear them all. And we're still using Silk Touch, right? Is there anything in here? Oh crap, there's a whole bunch of stuff in here. Oh wait, that's my stuff. Duh. Oops. You know, we're new to this. We're still words trying to figure it all out. They're outside. I don't know how we're gonna figure out where we've been versus where we haven't in here once we are done being just sort of driven around wherever the floaty things take us. Well, thanks for the floaty bit. That made this part easier. I don't think I've ever actually had to go up this whole thing. I think it's been floating me up basically this whole time. At least in one way or another. Yeah. You know, smarter than the thing, Ed. Anyway, uppy we go. If we manage to survive this, I'll be amazed. Well, we didn't. But that was kind of a neat way to get all the way up. Just would have been cool if we'd have lived through it. Alright, well, let's see what we've got. Got some purr blocks, some more shulkers, another chest. We don't have a crafting table in here because we didn't ever think of needing one in here. Still don't really think we need one in here, but let's get that out of here. Get those. Those, let's not lose those. Get the end rods out. Make sure we've got the right one. And hopefully it's a little bit faster for us to find our way to it this time. It won't be, but we can pretend. If you could go anywhere on a vacation for like, I don't know, like 2 weeks or something. Yeah, something where it's a nice long vacation, but it's not so long that you get to see everything or everywhere or be bored of wherever you're going. Where would you go? For me, it would be, I think, Egypt. To be honest, I kind of want to travel like the entire world. There are some parts of the world that are, that may not be safe to travel in, or at least for me to travel in. Probably in my entire, ever in my lifetime. However, that is, I think, where I would want to, that would be the first place on my list, would be Egypt. And then after that, I don't know, I mean, everywhere. I had friends that were actually supposed to go to Egypt last summer, and they were going on a cruise and stuff, and the destinations got changed because due to the current things going on, it wasn't exactly a safe place for a cruise ship to land and be. So they did, I don't remember where they went instead. But anyway, yeah, I think Egypt would be where I would want to travel if I could just travel anywhere. Yeah. Money, all of that stuff, not a concern. I think that's where I would go. I would also like to go to, I know Egypt's in Africa, but to other parts of Africa as well. Spend time in an animal sanctuary. I think that would be really neat. I would not claim to be good at photography, but I rather enjoy photography, and my favorite subjects, no one's surprised by this, are my dogs, or my pets in general, and of course my kiddo. But I love taking photos of animals. I can easily fill up like half a memory card with like photos at the zoo. So it would be neat to do that. We are kind of hoping in the next few years to maybe do a Europe trip. We do try to kind of space it out. Well, also just financially, sometimes you kind of have to try to space it out so that we do kind of like the expensive vacation, and then we do one that's, we spend a couple of years where we do a vacation and do something kind of fun, but not necessarily like, pricey. One like, so like last year we did Disneyland. This year we're staying closer to home, but we're still gonna go somewhere different and stuff like that. Next year we'll probably also do something smaller, closer to home. All of that good stuff. I always think it's interesting what people's answers are about where they would go if they could go anywhere. If money and time was not a consideration. Because I think that everyone, there's no right or wrong answer, and everybody's answer is different and for different reasons. Whether it's just wanting to see the world or wanting to visit, be able to visit family or places where your family is from that you've never been to, or wanting a chance to explore or study some bit of history that is fascinating. Like, everybody's got a different answer, which I think is really cool. Am I totally going the wrong direction to get over there? I think I am. I'm just yapping away about vacation thoughts. We can tell where my brain is totally at. I am ready. And also, like, besides booking vacation and all that sort of stuff that we try to do plenty in advance. Why do I have a torch way over there? Oh, right, because this portal. Yeah, well, that failed. Maybe we try to do it this way. Okay. Well, now we know that that just sends us right back here, which is not helpful at all. But now we know. For us, we like to book things in advance. It makes, like, far in advance. It makes scheduling, saving up, planning, work-wise, all of those things much easier. And especially with, like, calendars for work and all of that, makes it easier to have it planned as far in advance as possible. And So we get that planned, but also because the kiddo splits her time between us and her dad's house, and we have to get that coordinated and organized. And then, like, because this week, she's here, so she's got to do things like get laundry done, get a packing list going, get everything together that she wants to take with, making sure that she has everything. And once she comes back from her dad's, she'll basically have a day, and then we'll be leaving. So we have to make sure that all of the stuff that she needs is already ready to go, and all we need to do is pack up her stuff and figure out how we're going to make it all fit in the car. Because that's it's the upside and the downside to doing like a closer to home vacation and driving, is that you're also in the mindset that you can take more things. You're not limited by space on, how big your carry-on can be or how big your whatever can be, and having to wheel it through airports or train stations. We like to travel by train whenever we can. It's just nicer and more relaxing than flying. My opinion only. I'm sure, well, I know I'm not the only one who feels that way. Train travel is definitely regaining, I think, popularity. And just being able to, we have to go this way. So, making sure we have space for everything, making sure everything's organized. Making sure that the doggies are gonna have all the things they need. And the dogs are staying with my in-laws. They will be spoiled and miserable all at the same time. Our big guy Apollo basically sits and whines most of the time. And I've lost where the thing is again. Is it this way? No, all those torches are on the other side. But there's a torch here. Looks like there's a torch straight across. But our other two, we don't really know about Wesley. We have never, since we've had him, we haven't gone on any, like, big trips with him. So we don't really know whether he's gonna sit and whine with his big brother or not. However, our other dog, Buttercup, doesn't. She adapts pretty well. She's totally fine with just going to Grandma and Grandpa's and hanging out with their dogs and doing her thing. So But yeah, so we always have to get kind of half packed a couple of weeks ahead of time just to make sure that we have everything. And that's probably why we're already like very in vacation mode or ready to be in vacation mode. And school finally, yeah, school ended. Finals were done last week. So it's kind of the indicator of summer and time to prepare for trips, even when we go later on in the summer. That's pretty much how we, school ends. It's time to start thinking about what we want to do when we get to wherever we're going. What other things we need? Is there other stuff that we need to book now so that we can actually do it? Is there, whatever. Insert all the things here. And I think it's good. It's good to take breaks. I think we're so conditioned, at least here in the US, to not take vacation, to not want to. If you take time off, you're whatever. You're not a good employee. You're not a good something. You're not working hard enough. It's not. I don't know. Yeah, you're very kind of conditioned towards this not doing it or not doing it very often. And I don't think that that's, I don't think it's a very functional way to be. And I think we're, um, I remember I started working at a place where one of my coworkers was like, yeah, I wanted to take time off to go to my daughter's graduation, and I was told no, and I was kind of like, well, they're not telling me no for things like that. Like, it'll be, I'm going or I quit. Like, because, especially my kiddo was younger, but there were school things, and it's like, I'm not gonna miss her school stuff just because my job thinks it's inconvenient for me to take a half day or leave an hour early or whatever. And it's not like I had the nuclear missile codes or, so it was not high stakes or anything like that. Just when I think I got him, there's another one that sets me flying again. He must be right here. Well, we'll take advantage of the flying and just, yeah, eat some potatoes. Well, we're in this one. We might as well go up top of it and see and fall. And fall again. We're doing so well at this, aren't we? We are just kicking butt and taking names over here. And then we will take this ender chest. Don't mind if I do. And we'll take all the stuff in here. And we'll take the chest too. Now, but to get the end rods, I have to go all the way back down. That's okay. You don't go there. You also don't go there. We seriously do this every single time. Right, now we have the right block. Well, we have the right block in our hands, but we still have to get up the ladder. You have to go up it. Not fall down it. I know, picky, picky, picky. That would help, I think. And doing that ahead of time would also help. Let's get our hearts all the way up. That would also be helpful. That was not really the plan. Now, you. We're gonna sit here for a minute. You missed. Oh, now you found me. Okay, so there must be one. There he is. Now I have to wait for it to open, don't I? There we go. Well, at least I can't float too far. Maybe I can see it from here. Nope. Is it coming from way over there? It sure is. I don't think I can get that far. Oh. Well, I'm getting close, but not close enough. I'm gonna be glad that I brought extra stuff. Extra food, that's what I was thinking of. And that was my fault, 'cause I hit the wrong button. Wrong button, Ed. That's me. Oh, that one just has blocks in it. And that one has the food. I'll stick the end rods in there and more of that. I'll put that stuff in there. Man, I'm glad I was able to make a whole bunch of arrows before this. Right. Silk touch. Always got to make sure that we have the right one now. And back again. We'll just keep going until we end up with wingies. So now, at least for me, it is afternoon. Been a few hours. How is everyone doing? How's your day? I hope your day is going decently. I hope that if you have to work on a Sunday, because not all of us have Monday through Friday schedules, that work is not being too bad, and feel free to lurk or chat or any of the above. My Sunday is hanging out with you all, so I'm having a pretty good day. And after this, I think I'm gonna just like pick an area of the house and kind of organize it, go through it. We all, with everybody here, we all hang on to a ton of stuff. There's too much stuff. And if you have family members like some of mine are, we end up with all these weird gadgety things that we don't use, but you sort of feel obligated to hang on to them. And we're trying very hard to be at the point of, don't be rude, don't like throw it in the trash while the person who just gave it to you is standing there or anything. But to basically say, we aren't going to use this, let's get rid of it. And not keep hanging on to stuff just to hang on to stuff. It's like for belated Christmas. My family, my parents didn't get out here for Christmas this year, or well, technically last year. And so when they were in town for the kiddo's birthday, we also kind of did Christmas. And my mother is like the queen of the weird random gadgets. So she gave us a couple of kitchen things, and it was like, okay, great. I don't think we're gonna use them. One, I don't even know what it is. Like, no idea. I had to Google it. And then when the funny part is, I found the information on Pinterest and I went, okay, well, I don't know if that's truly like what they call it or what it is or what it's for. I'm going to go onto the company's website. I can't even find it on the manufacturer's website, which is where I started looking before I decided to just Google. I could not find it at all. And I don't know why she got it for us. I don't know what purpose. I don't know. I don't know any of the things. And considering I didn't even know what it was, I'm still not convinced that I actually know what it is. I found one random Pinterest post that was like, I use it for this. And that's great, but I, you know, I don't know anything. So, yeah, we we're trying real hard to get rid of useless things, and like everything else, we have a party or family in town or some kind of thing where we go through and we pick up the common rooms of the house, and then a bunch of stuff just gets stuck in a box or a bin or a something to be dealt with later, so that at least it looks neat and tidy and clean. And then 6 months later you're finally going through the box. Well, 6 months later I'm finally going to go through a couple of the boxes, I think. Get some of that stuff out of the way. I also have paperwork and things from a former coworker that, since I work from home, I just brought home to go through, and I haven't done that. I'm not going to do that today. It's my day off. It's my day of hanging out with you all and doing house stuff. We are not doing work stuff today. Not doing any work stuff today. Yeah, I literally don't know where we are or where we've been or where we need to go. I feel like we've been everywhere. So I guess we're gonna go this way. Give me just 1 second, everybody. All right. We are going to have to, at some point, come up with a way to identify where we've been in this place. But I think... Well, we haven't been this way. There's the boat over there. So that is where we were, and we're trying to kind of go from. So let's do this. With the shift button down this time. Look at that. We pushed the shift button. Because that's where we have to go to actually get the elytra, right? I think. I hope. I believe so. If I'm wrong, we're going to find out. Are we close enough to hit that guy? Maybe. Look at that. Holy crap. We did that. That was not cool. That was super cool. And then I died because I forgot to push the button again. So we were super cool and then we were super not cool because that's exactly how we tend to do all the things. Well, that's how it goes. And now we can do the long run back. I really, really wish that there was a faster way to do this. But if there is, I don't know what it is. So, you know, this is the way we're going. And hopefully we don't fall off the thing a second. Or, well, no, a third time. Because that's what we did the first time. When we started to try and build the bridge across. Yeah. So, you know, go us. We're so good at this. We never goof anything up. You know. We don't call ourselves wrong button Ed for because we always hit all the wrong buttons. Nope, nope, never. That's not a thing that we do. I'm kind of in disbelief, y'all. Like, it doesn't surprise me one bit in any way, shape, or form. But at the same time, like, really, really, I tried so hard. I worked so hard at this. I was doing real good. And we're gonna need to get under pearls here soon. At this rate, we're gonna not have any. And we're gonna have to do the Enderman farm in order to even get anywhere. So maybe that's gonna be the first thing that we focus on after stream before next week. And 2 Sundays from now is Father's Day. I do plan to stream. I don't know of a reason why I wouldn't. However, we may see if Kayaks wants to do something together, and then we might do some Phasmo or something instead of Minecraft. So it might be a different stream. You know, the kiddo will be at their dad's, so we don't really do anything too formal or crazy for Father's Day. But if Kayaks wants to do some kind of something to sort of celebrate, or whatever, then we'll do that. I'm sure we'll be barbecuing over at the parents'. That's often what we do, so I'm going to assume that we'll be doing something like that. But as far as my time with you all, it might be a different game, but we'll still be here on Sunday hanging out. It just might be something different if Kayaks wants to get in on the fun. And if he just wants to sleep in, then we'll do, yeah, he can do that. And I'll just hang out with you guys myself. So, we had a lot of fun doing Phasmo together on stream. So, I think we definitely want to do that again. I still want to find an actual solid stream time to just regularly stream Phasmo instead of just taking over other days like today where you come on expecting Minecraft and then it's not, kind of a thing. So that is something I still need to work out and figure out. Hopefully while I'm on vacation I can do that, or I can actually sit down and kind of get sorted what schedules look like and what everything else looks like. So, we shall see. Because it would be really nice to just have I don't know, maybe a Wednesday or a Thursday evening or something, where I can just hunt some ghosties with y'all. And it's actually quite interesting to me that there are so many Phasmo people that are also Minecraft people, or vice versa, depending on how you want to look at it. But there's quite a few of us that play both pretty regularly, or try to, or whatever. Okay. Let's see if we can actually do it this time. Again, for the 45th, 46th, whatever, 1000th time. Feels kind of like the 1000th time. So we get up here. And we go up here. And we try to figure out which direction the boat is. Well, it's not this way. It is over this way. Well, that worked. Sort of. Up there is where we need to go. We're just going to make a hole. That direction. Alright, we've got our blocks picked. Crouch button is hit. Well, it was hit. We had the button. The button was pushed, and then I took apparently just enough pressure off the button that was the end of that. I am kind of just speechless at this point. We went, yeah. We've done it twice. We've done that twice now. We've run off the thing 3 times, but yeah. We've done that twice. And it's not exactly like we're next door to get to the stupid thing. And we're also running out of pearls, which is also an issue. Like I said, that's the next thing I'm doing, I think, is we've got to get an Enderman farm going. Because now we're just being ridiculous. Yeah. Falling out of the world, running off the things. We're just doing all of the dumb stuff. We are just doing all of the dumb things. Okay. Well, running back again. And we'll get there. However long it takes, we will get there. Okay, let's not be on the ender pearls because we don't have very many. And yeah, I'm definitely glad that I was able to make a bunch of extra food. Not that we really seem to be low on food. Food seems to be a thing that we definitely have a good amount of. But that I brought it with me, that we were able to make a bunch more arrows, and that I brought all of those with me. The only thing we didn't really plan on was torches. But we're still doing okay on torches. We mostly just needed torches so that we can figure out where the heck we're going every time. And I don't know how I did this, but I find it very satisfying that the middle seam is on every single brick in this row right here. Like, they're fine when they're opposite also. I find it very satisfying to have them all in that straight line. The like single blocks of purpur down there keep throwing me off. And keep looking at them thinking that like I've dropped a block or something. Which I know doesn't really make sense because we haven't been over there. But that's what I look at it every time going, did I drop something? We are going to fix this torch. It's been bugging me. Because this is the way we need to go. There's the torch up there. And like I said, I guess let me know if you want me to do the creeper farms and the enderman farms on stream, if you want to just, or if you want to see videos of them, or either or. I feel like there's all sorts of tutorials and videos and whatever else out there about enderman farms and creeper farms, and to be honest, I always have to look up a video as well. It's not something that I do often enough to be able to just do it from memory. So, if you really want to see a video, I could do it on stream too. If you really want to see one of those, let me know, but otherwise, I'm just gonna do it between now and next time. Hopefully do it between now and next time. So that way we can get on to, fun stuff like building and more exploring and more running across the end for hours and hours and hours to get to an end city just to do something dumb and have to do it all over again. Because that's totally what today has been. But it's been fun. That's the important part. It's been fun. Even the running across the countryside for ever and ever and ever. It's still been fun. Alright, maybe we will actually get there this time. We could hope, we could hope, we could hope. It would be nice. If not, we'll just keep going till we do. But like, we've already taken out the shulkers that were on the boat. So as long as we don't, fall out of the sky again. And uppy the ladder. Up the ladder we go. And then remembering which direction we have to go. And then, you know, just falling down the things because who designed this place? It's got stairs in weird places and alright, well there's where we made our hole. So that's kind of helpful. Alright, not moving my fingers. Not doing it. That block can stay right where it is. And so can that one. Yeah, go there. Well, I guess we're gonna have to grab these. I think 25 blocks is enough. It's still so cool. I'm probably going to be telling you that that's super cool for like, I don't know, the next month or so. Because it just makes me super excited. No. No. I hear you. You better not shoot floaty stuff at me. We are not having that this afternoon. No, we're not. Not yet, anyway. Hey, well, you can. I can float now. It's fine. Look, there they are. There they are. Bye, jerk. I'll take the end rod too. Who else is shooting at me? Yes, we probably ought to take care of the guy shooting at me. Nope, actually, screw it. We're not doing that. We're doing that. We've got him. Let's put him on. I'm going to take him immediately back off in order to, you know, do the thing. Look, 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 look. We've got wings. We've got wings. Look at that. Yay! Alright. Like I said, we are immediately taking them back off so that I can fix my perspective. And then take this guy over here out. Ooh, what's in the brewing stand? Potion of healing. Don't mind if I do. Ooh, fortune, efficiency, and mending. Silk tuck and touch. Silk tuck. Sure, silk tuck too. We're gonna put the wings in the shulker box. I don't trust... I didn't want to put those there. I don't trust having them in my hot little hands. We don't need the beetroot seed. I don't know why we collected that. And then I'll grab this stuff and more iron things. I wonder why it gives you iron. Alright, we've got Silk Touch in our hand. Okay. We've cleared that out. I'm not going to grab these chests. I mean, we could, I guess. But, well, I guess we're doing it anyway. Who is shooting at us? Is there anything up here? No. I am sure someone is gonna yell at me for not grabbing the dragon head, but I'm just, yeah. We're not gonna grab the dragon head. And now we can go this way. And look at that. We did it, everyone. We did it. And I just realized that I should have taken a screenshot in order to have a thumbnail for that. So we're going to do that right now. It won't be exactly the same because we're down here instead of up there. But we're going to do it anyway. Actually, let's turn there. And Alrighty, so on that note, I think I am going to call it for today. We only went a little bit over time, but we finally managed to get our elytra, which was the entire goal of today, and we did it, and we had a lot of fun doing it. We got some shulkers at the same time, so I would say it was a good day all in all. We are going to be back on Tuesday with our usual Dungeon Siege adventures. And so we will see what kind of trouble and how many times we die we can get into. So yeah, I will see you all on Tuesday. Everybody have a great rest of your day. Drink some water. Make sure to eat some food. Do something for yourself today, whether it's watching a movie, reading a book, relaxing, or even cleaning a thing. Something that's going to make you feel good when it's done, or just make you feel good to do, or whatever. Yeah. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. I will see you all on Tuesday, and have a great rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Have a great start to your week, and I will see you next time. Bye, everybody.